The micro.
I think the rest of us who are not using the microphones kindly mute. All right. Arthur, I noted that you've been one of the leading voices as a proponent, as a key proponent for embracement of biotech and its benefits. And you've gone through the math and of what it takes to be one. And I'm curious, do you feel at any one point a little bit exhausted and in a way thinking in hindsight, leaps of progress forward, but then you have 2-5 steps backwards? How does that feel? And then what advice would you give and speak of a student in a class of biotechnology in Makara University or elsewhere in any other institution? What should they make of that? And what would you speak of the current situation?
Yeah, thank you, Jonan. I'm a person whose story is full of hope amidst all forms of challenges, and I would like to encourage the students, whom I know they are the majority on this forum, to be excited about the program they are doing. I think I shared with the colleague who has been communicating to me, or one of your colleagues there, the several programs that have been advertised by the ESC for masters training, and one of them specifically is biotechnology. So it shows, and Makara University is one of the few universities in the South African region with a fully fledged Bachelor of Science in Biotechnology. So the South African community is providing scholarships in universities in Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, and Uganda or biotechnology. That shows you there is hope, there is a recognition. And also, as Dr. Maxwell has said, is that the fact that the bill is not in place does not mean the work is not there. The laboratories are waiting, even more medical biotech labs are opening up, even in agriculture, the research is still going on. And the controversial area is genetic engineering, but we are not training genetic engineers only in the course of Bachelor of Science in Biotechnology. Some of you are going to do their masters in public health. You can, the scope and the breadth by which the foundation in basic sciences gives a student is limitless. So I would like to encourage you and not to tie your motivation around the genetic engineering regulatory bill. There are many bills, as the minister said, that go to parliament and actually never get passed. So the fact that the genetic engineering regulatory bill was not passed does not mean that the future is bleak. It is not. It is not, and it is not. So regarding the challenges of moving forward...
It's 11 hours.
Crystal?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, please go on.
Yeah. The issue of moving forward, moving backwards, I think also that is normal. It is about what we call political economy of genetic engineering. What you are seeing here is a spillover of what happened in many other places and what is still happening in many other places globally. You've seen the controversy that has been surrounding the COVID vaccines. So how can people be objecting to something which they have been praying for the scientists to discover? So it means there is someone influencing. They are biotech companies, they are pharmaceutical companies fighting the others who have come ahead of them in terms of discovery. So a similar situation happens with the genetic engineering revolution. It's not that there's anything negative about biotech. It's not that there's anything dangerous about biotechnology. It's about factors beyond our control as a country, factors influencing people who are advocating for or even against, and without knowing exactly what agenda they are driving and for whom they are driving it. Some of them for purposes of getting daily survival. So I want to recall Professor Tumi's submission that one of the key outcomes of this endeavor we have been involved in is this Bachelor of Sciences in Biotechnology. It's going to give you people opportunities not only in Uganda, even in the region, even globally. So I don't emphasize that. The back and forth is normal, and it happens, and some laws are controversial, like the way this one happens to be. But what I want to say, maybe it depends on how we started, and also how we started. Possibly there was no need for a law, because in some countries they don't have to have a standalone law in place. And when you bring a law which is focusing on regulation, largely it has a negative connotation. It means there's something what you are quaking at. There's something you are fearing. Why are you regulating? Why are you putting these roadblocks? And yet you are saying this is good. So possibly, like the US has been able to make progress because they use they call the Pesticide Act, and therefore we should have possibly looked at existing laws, maybe the UNSCST Act or other laws like the Plant and Seed Act, which luckily now has a clause on genetic engineering materials, and now the NEMA Act also has a clause in that effect, but also for allowing the NEMA to put in place regulations for commercialization of genetically engineered products. So we should also be thinking ahead. So we shouldn't tie ourselves in the past. So contrary to some of the submissions that we must explain all the issues which were raised by the president, we must also push to the limits to ensure this law is understood and passed. Technology has moved. We must be cognizant of the fact that technology is moving. Genetic engineering actually is becoming obsolete as we talk now. So the new approaches are gene editing and synthetic biology, and also the consonance or the congruence between different technologies, physical, chemical, and biological, in the line of the fourth industrial revolution. So what do we leverage from there? And a law which is supposed to be in place now should be broader in a way that it looks at promotion and harnessing of these emerging and future technology. So that's all. Suppose we should be talking about the National Bioeconomic Development Bill or something of the nature. So that's what I can submit for this component. Okay. But maybe I will be given more time.
Arthur, just a follow-up question on that. Yes, you've been an advocate and proponent of biotech in your role as ED of Typhoid, but now let's speak more about your current deployment as Commissioner for Science, STI Outreach and Advancement. I understand there are new adjustments at the ministry, the move of the ministry into the Ministry of the Office of the President. Could you speak about the update? What were you having in the pipeline as Commissioner for Outreach and Science Advancement prior to the ongoing adjustments about the propelling the law being passed?
To me, the adjustment doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. It's about building people and continuing building champions for science, technology, and innovation in the country. And whether I continue to hold this portfolio or not, I know I'll continue being a very key factor in the advancement of science, technology, and innovation in the country. And you've just seen on the chat, I posted that you people register for tomorrow's conference forum at your university. Some of you have not yet either known about it or registered for it. I appreciate Professor Tukume and the college and other professors in the university and the Vice Chancellor for having put together that forum and also seen me to be fit to contribute something in terms of moderation of a session. I think those are the kinds of things we need to do. My interest, yes, was in biotechnology and biotech, but at some point I felt that we need to first put a case for science, and biotech and biosafety is part and parcel of that. And mobilizing interest in the young people, in the children in primary schools, creating spaces for competition, providing a case for identifying talent early early and harnessing that talent and placing them where they are supposed to be, because that's what other countries do. We shouldn't just continue going in the wholesale. It is possible to identify talent and interest early, and also leveraging the Ugandan scientists in the diaspora to contribute to the development of the country in terms of science, technology, and innovation, in terms of teaching. Now education is going virtual because of COVID, and there is no going back. Those who think that we are going back, I think, are lying themselves. We can leverage opportunities even resulting from COVID. So my role was to awaken the country that, and it still remains, awakening the country that without harnessing science, there's no way our country is going to develop. There's no how our country is going to transform. So you've been participating in the National Science and Innovation Week, which we are growing. We first developed it as the World Science Day to elicit interest, but beginning this year, in November, we are supposed to have expanded into the National Science and Innovation Week with the World Science Day in its midst. So by doing that, we are creating a space where people can come, where families can come with the children and are able to interact with scientists. We are able to have clusters or classes of motivational speakers in terms of professors and other people who have made it in science, even people who are leading, like women in science, who have made it even in parliament, but they are scientists, even like the head of the Uganda Communication Commission, woman engineer, lady engineer. Inspire girls that they can make it, inspire children that they can make it, creating that awareness, and also leveraging the media. The other component is training the media, which I know I've done very well to some extent by building the media, pairing the media with the scientists to be able to understand and write about science, and also encouraging universities to have full-fledged courses or partial courses or short courses in science journalism. So
thank you so much, Arthur.
But also we wanted to award, continuous awarding of scientists, so that they are celebrated. So you've seen me sharing something which was generated by another group on icons in the medical, the health. I think those are good things, but we need to continue and expand those areas. So that's what I can say strictly with the question you have raised. But I still have more interest to talk about the bill.
I'll be coming back to you, Arthur.
Yes.